Hello, Bigfooter. Thank you for coming to my channel. I don't know if your house is anything like my house, but it's wild and crazy over here. Got my 3-year-old, my grandkids are growing up on me. Yeah, I have grandkids. I'm a grandpa. Whew. They keep things exciting. Sometimes things are exciting when you don't want them to be exciting. So, let's try this here. This is my 4th time trying to record a show for you. Now, I want to first say thank you to all the subscribers out there, 2,360 plus of you. You guys are, well, the smartest, most intelligent, witty, handsome, beautiful Bigfoot enthusiasts in all of the Bigfoot world. If we were to get all you guys together, we'd win some kind of an award. Anyway, there should be more after tonight's episode, because what we're going to talk about right now is stuff you're not going to hear about anywhere else. And it's not because it's weird. It's because people just don't know to talk about it. They don't know there's a connection. So there's going to be a connection. I'm going to connect it so that people can be aware of what's going on. So when we talk about Bigfoot, it's weird, right? People are still out there looking for a physical being that is elusive and hiding from men. And usually it's those Southerners. And Southerners are the ones pushing that whole idea. Southerners are looking for a non-mystical creature that everybody has seen, and some people have photographed, some people have videoed, a lot of people have captured on audio, but no one's ever caught a physical specimen. And that's not by chance. That's not just because they're so slick to get away. I mean, how can you be slick and get away when you're as big as a moose? Think about it. When you're out there hunting and you catch a moose in your sights, unless you're using a bow and arrow, you're going to pretty much bag that moose. It's too big to get away. You're going to pull up your rifle, aim down that long barrel, ease that trigger back, and get to carving. Same thing with a grizzly bear. Grizzly bear, they're too big to get away. A grizzly could sneak up on you and turn the tables, but other than that, once they're in your sight, it's lights out. So Bigfoot is bigger than both these creatures. Bigfoot is bigger than a moose. Bigfoot is bigger than a grizzly. So it would be easier to kill if it were purely just a physical creature. But like I said, you 2,360 plus awesome subscribers, and the 300 more that are going to come on tonight, and the 500 more that are going to be added by the end of the week, we are among the brightest in the Bigfoot nation. So there's these things called, what are they called? I think they're called the mountain lights, aren't they? Let me take a look here. Let me pull up the old Google here and see what they're called. I know they got a name. I should play some Jeopardy music or something right here. So, or is it brown mountain lights? It is, because that's what Google. Look at that, my memory. The brown mountain lights in North Carolina. Now, if memory serves me right, they start coming up around, the fall of the year. Now, if you're an American Indian, which there's a 1% chance you are, because there's not very many of us American Indians out there, and if you're an American Indian that's aware of your culture, which is even less, well, you know that the fall of the year is when you start to gather. It's when people would have council. It's when things would start to happen. Tribes would meet and discuss things and come over to agreements and put in to the world an understanding. That's what the fall of the year is. Brown mountain lights are nothing more than all the Bigfoot across the nation coming together and meeting. They still meet. they still meet. And they meet in North Carolina. See, these roads you're traveling on in the United States of America, if you happen to be listening to me from the greatest land in the world, the United States of America, well, the roads that you travel on, the highways, the interstates, these were all American Indian pathways. They were all roads. They were all routes. We had routes. We had systems already in place. You know, it's what you hear about in school and what you hear about from the conquerors is not what it is. That's why they put us in reservations so far away from the rest of everyone else. They didn't want our truth getting out there. And then they did some other shady things. Shady things. We know what that is. Everybody knows what that is now. It's 2022. There's a lot more coming out. But I'll tell you what. When it comes to Bigfoot, you guys are still in the dark. I see posts coming on the YouTube channel. American Indian man or First Nations person shares his experience with Bigfoot. And it's like, you guys just wait for another fellow mainstreamer to tell you what I'm telling you right now. I'm a mainstreamer. I'm right with you. I just happen to be American Indian. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I guess it's all in the delivery. I guess I don't deliver well. My delivery isn't on point. Something's wrong with the way that I talk. I don't know. I've never been able to figure it out. Never have. And at this point, I don't care. But the brown mountain lights that no one can figure out, and scientists are out there trying to figure it out, and they thought it was ball lightning, then they thought it was this, and they thought it was that. As soon as I seen what was happening, I knew what it was. It's a meeting. It's a council. And not all of it's Bigfoot. Here's a secret for you. Some of our Madei, our practicers who they didn't kill, they still travel around like that. Our people still move around like that. They still communicate with Bigfoot. So while I've had the most experience with Bigfoot of any investigator that I know of out there on national TV or that is on YouTube or anywhere else you can think of, there's some who have experiences with Bigfoot every day. And I don't mean this mind speak that I hear of. You know, I'm not one to tell people they're wrong, but mind speak is wrong. And I know some people have tried to express what it is because they know mind speak is wrong, but it's the only way they can put it. It's you're being told at a spiritual level. It's a sense of knowing is the best way I can put it. But I know people are experiencing it, but then there are those who are just straight up fibbing, telling lies, man. They're telling lies. And they got a lot of well-intended people running around thinking that they're being truthful. Oh, yeah, they mind speak. I'm going to go out in the woods and get mind spoken to. And that ain't the way the cookie crumbles, man. It ain't. You got to take a look around at what happens in you can always tell when it's real, and I'll share with you how you can tell when it's real. When there is just a knowing that they're there, and you see them, then you don't see them, they're gone. They like do this move, and they're there. And they're always there. Yeah. Even if you live in the city, I don't care. They're always there. They'll follow you anywhere. We're talking about a spiritual being. We're not talking about a regular grizzly bear or a moose. Like I said, you go out there after a moose, look down that barrel of the gun, it's yours. Go out there for a grizzly, look down the barrel of the gun, it's yours. There's a lot of hunters out there, a lot of them. 1 million hunters. 1 million. None of them have ever bagged a Bigfoot. None. You can't kill a shadow. It's impossible. I don't care how much light you bring, but there's a clue for you. You bring some light, and there's another clue when people are out there investigating Bigfoot. When their lights go funny, their electronics equipment go funny, they're actually having an encounter. There's a lot of parallels between UFOs and Bigfoot. A lot of parallels. There's a lot of similarities. And is Bigfoot a part of the UFO phenomenon? There are plenty of witnesses who have seen Bigfoot getting teleported or dropped off from a UFO or getting picked up from a UFO. I know that there have been UFOs reported around ceremonies. So here's another thought. So here's the first thing. Brown mountain lights are no longer a mystery to you. UFOs might just be spiritual in nature. And this is not new. I've heard this before from other people. They like to throw demons in there. Anything they don't understand is a demon. Hell, they made Bigfoot a demon. Bigfoot's a demon. He ain't no demon. It's crazy the way Christian believers just throw their thoughts and their beliefs all over anything they don't understand. It's like poo-poo-ka. Poo-poo-ka all over everything. Just, well, I don't understand. It's a demon. And it's like, man, would you just sit your ass down and shut up? Not everything's about you. Not everything. I mean, hell, your religion's stolen, bro. It's stolen. You steal fucking everything. Everything is stolen. Everything. But you can't steal Bigfoot. People are trying, but they can't. And it's fun to watch. It's like watching puppies trip over themselves. You know a puppy's never going to get something. You know it. You watch a puppy doesn't understand. A puppy thinks it understands. A puppy will tumble around after something and think it's going to get it, but it won't get it because it can't. It's a puppy. It doesn't understand. And sometimes that thing will hurt it and make the puppies yelp. Well, sometimes things just get just get tired of puppies messing with it. That's basically what we are. We're so spiritually unenlightened. Spiritually unenlightened. You know, and one of the biggest things that I hate hearing is, oh, natives were killing each other long before us white people got here, before Europeans got here. Natives were killing each other all the time. It's like, no, we weren't. We had the Book of Love, man. We had the Great Law of Peace. We had nations congregating together. We wrestled to get rid of our troubles. Sure, people died by accident, but there wasn't stone cold blooded killing going on. That's not the way the family unit was raised. It's not. You praise Tibet. Everybody looks at Tibet and says, oh, Tibet's open. We were just like them, but with different beliefs. Some of their beliefs parallel ours. So when you sit there and you're trying to understand what Native Americans were, we were a cross between Tibetans and the Hindus. When you look at their spirituality and you understand what their spirituality is, that's what we were. But it's so hard to penetrate the American mind. It's, you know, what were they calling it before? Shift the paradigm. How do you shift the paradigm when the mind is unwilling to? When it can't unknow what it knows. That's the problem with society. And that's why we have so much divisiveness. People are just steadfast in what they know, and they'll stomp their foot on the ground. Even if somebody said, don't step there, it's lava, they will put their foot in that shit and get hurt. It's just the silliest thing in the world. So you can't shift the paradigm. I've been doing this for 6 years. People have been doing it for a lot longer than me. and they can't shift the paradigm. There are some slow shifts. Right now, people are finally coming around to the fact that this is actually paranormal in nature. This is a paranormal thing. So people are starting to get on board with the right track of what's really going on. Man. It's crazy. You learned some things today. But I know you can deal with it because you guys are the brightest and the smartest and the most intelligent and the wisest, the highest IQs, and the prettiest, and the handsomest, and the toughest, and the most caring and loving group of Bigfooters on all of YouTube. So remember to share this with your friends. Let them get some different thoughts in their head about what's really going on. And I'm not leading you down the wrong path. That's not what I do. I tell you, you gotta live in a good way. Okay? You gotta live in a good way. That means you don't mislead people. You don't lie. You do what you can do to the best of your ability, even with all your shortcomings. I have shortcomings. I understand where I need to do better. I try. The point is to try and to not knowingly walk out of the light. Don't walk out of the light. And with that, you guys have a phenomenal rest of the evening, or day, or afternoon.